Okay, morning guys, whoever is out there, thank you for joining me. This is quite an exciting adventure for me and hopefully for you guys as well. Uh, let's see how it goes today. I do have two beagles and a Bitzer dog who are very keen to get up here with me. They're bound to have a little bit of um, fun and excitement at this time of the morning, so I think we can expect to hear them in the background. Hopefully there won't be too much of an interference, but let's see how we go. Okay, so this practice will just be an easy stretch with quite a bit of twisting, looking to bring wellness into the body. Our breathing practice to start will be a square breath, and I will count you through that square breath through both nostrils. And remember just to do whatever you're feeling comfortable with doing today. Okay, the bodies are never the same from one day to the next, and the present situation that we find ourselves in may mean that some things are easier and some things are not easier than you used to. I do see my screen flashing a little bit. I'm not too sure what the beef is with that. Hopefully it'll settle down, but let's get going and see how we go. So you just want to get yourself into a comfortable seated position. Bring your left hand into your lap, your right hand on top of that. Take a deep, full breath. Breathe high to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, let the chin soften slightly. Relax into the shoulders. Feel the weight of your arms. Connecting mind and body through senses. Take a moment to listen intently, hearing all sounds around you. Judging none, simply hearing them as vibration that is coming into the ears. Bring that listening back to the body. Try and hear the sound of your breath as you breathe. And then notice the movement in the body of the breath. Feel that regular rise and fall. Feel the expansion up into the chest. Let your awareness drift underneath you, feeling your connection to the earth and feeling the support that the earth gives back to you. Coming up through the front of the body, just feel the freshness of the morning air touching your skin. Bring your awareness up to your nostrils and feel the movement of the air as you breathe. With your next in-breath, travel deeper into the nose and see if you can find any fragrance on the air. Breathe yourself tall again, lifting the height into the body. Exhale, 3 arms, deep inhale. Easy breathing. Lift the height to the front of the body, opening the chest. Going into square breath, just follow my instruction and follow my count. Exhale completely. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Take a breath. Breathe comfortably. Coming into a breath retention, aiming to hold your breath for my count of 30. If you need to take a breath before that, please do. Exhale. Easy inhale. Hold and relax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 30. Release. Easy breath. Breathe yourself tall again. On the exhale, let the chin close to the chest. Keep the chin tucked in. Slowly open the eyes and take your hands to the top of the knees. Give all the weight to your head. Allow that chin to drop right into the chest, rolling the shoulders back, reach the crown of the head forward, and look to find the length on the back of your neck. You lift the eyes, let the head follow, look up to the roof, push the chin up high. You can make small side-to-side movements with your chin and just notice the stretch on the skin of your throat. And then releasing slowly, bring the chin back to a neutral position. With the gaze straight forward, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Reach the left arm out to the side. Slowly lower those fingers to the floor. And then relax into that arm, allowing the weight of the shoulder to draw the stretch deeper into your neck. Good. Lifting your head slowly, come back up to center. Hand back to knee. Left ear, drop into left shoulder. Right arm reaches out. Let the fingertips lower to the floor. Relax into the arm, give weight to your shoulder, and notice the stretch. Good. Lifting slowly, back up to center, hand back to knee. Let the chin drop into the chest, push your heart back, push the belly button back, round into the back as much as you can. And as you inhale, lift yourself forward, drawing the heart to the front of the knees, lifting the gaze to the roof. Exhale, round into your back, squeeze away. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze it in. And slowly lift, coming back up to center. Get working sideways into the spine. Take an in-breath at the top. As we exhale, drop the right elbow to the floor. Inhale up, exhale to the left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more round. This time, as you exhale down to the right, hold it there, drop the right hand to the floor. Lift the left arm to shoulder height, turn your palm up to the sky. Bring the head back so you can look down the length of your arm, seeing your shoulder, your elbow, and your wrist in one straight line. And then bring that hand up overhead, looking to create a straight line down the side of the body. Chin's tucked into the chest, you're looking up to the roof. Exaggerate that reach of the hand away. Then push your elbow into the floor and roll the left sits bone back to the mat. Good. Keeping the gaze to the roof, lift that top hand straight up to the sky, palm facing forward. And without expecting to stop anywhere, just allow that arm to drop backwards, feeling the stretch come into the front of the shoulder and into the chest. Okay, bring the hand back up to the top, turn your gaze down to the floor and reach that top arm over diagonally through and away from the body. Okay, inhale your way up through the top, down to the other side, bringing your hand underneath your knee, coming down onto the elbow, lifting the head so you're looking down the length of your arm, palm turned up to the sky, and again bring that hand up overhead, looking to find that straight line down the side of the body. Reaching the hand away, push the elbow into the floor, roll on the left sits bone, bring the right sits bone back to the mat. Good. Keep looking up, lift that hand to the sky, palm facing forward. Let your hand drop backwards, allowing it to move and not expecting it to stop until it does. Notice that stretch in the shoulder, in front of the chest. Good. Reach to the sky again. Look down to your fingers. Bring that hand diagonally over, through, away from the body, out to the side. Okay, nice work. Slow lift. Come on back up to center. Okay, bring the elbows at shoulder height into the front. Let the elbows touch. Roll the full length of your forearm together, the palms, the fingers. Push the fingers skyward, lifting elbows to the height of the shoulders or higher if you can. Maintain that squeeze so you feel the shortening across the collarbones. Then follow an in-breath as you open. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind. Connect with that crease in the skin. Make it as small as possible. Exhale through to the front. Inhale, open and squeeze. Exhale. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze. Okay, reaching the hands forward, turning your thumbs through so back of the hands touch. Take the left hand over the top and bind. Squeeze the palms together, push the knuckles away. Slowly lift, taking the hands up directly above the head, looking for a straight line from hands to shoulders to hips. And then pushing the knuckles high, look for that length in the body. Good. Keep the hands as far away from the body as you can. Lowering the arms forward. Stop at shoulder height. Reach the knuckles away from you, rounding into the back. And then soften. Drop the thumbs down. Feed them through and roll the hands back up to the sky again. Hold that bind. Just feel the wrist in your wrists. Feel the release in your wrists. Right. Release. A little shake out into the hands. Hands reaching forward again. This time, right hand over the top. Look for the bind. Push the knuckles away. Lift slowly. Reach for that straight line through the side of the body. Good. Knuckles up high. Lower the arms forward. Push the hands away. Round the back. And then again, feed the thumbs through. Roll the fingers to the sky. Hold for a moment, feeling that release in the wrists. And then release and shake it out again. You take a quick change of cross on your legs. That'll be Bitsa. Lifting high into the chest, just look to the roof. Gentle assistance on the knees as you draw your heart forward. Good, soften, come back to center. You're taking the left arm across the body, right hand above your elbow. Gently draw the upper arm towards the chest. Notice if the shoulder is creeping up to your ear. Keep the shoulder soft, just draw the arm across the body. Okay, keep the left arm across there. Feed the right arm over till the elbows cross. Then lift the right hand and bring the palm of the left hand onto the fingers of the right hand. Gently push those fingers skyward again. Then push the elbows forward, rounding into your back. And soften the elbows down against the body. Let the hands drop slightly forward. And let your chin close into your chest. You can turn your head from side to side. You'll feel a position where the stretch is slightly deeper. Just hang into that for a moment. Allow the release. Lifting slowly, come back on up to the top. Release the arms. Take the right arm across the body. Left hand above the elbow. Keep the right shoulder soft. Draw the arm across the body. Keep that right hand out there. Reach the left hand across. Lift the left hand, lift the right hand. Bring the left fingers to the right palm. Turn the hands so the thumbs are pointing back towards you. And again, lift. Pushing the elbows forward, rounding into the shoulders. Feel that length on your back. Exaggerate it with the push of the elbows forward and the lift of the hands. You draw the elbows down against the body, let the hands drop forward. Again, give all the weight of your head into the neck, let the chin drop to the chest. And then turn your head from side to side. Find that juicy spot where you can feel the stretch and just hang into that for a moment. Slow lift of the head, release the arms. Just take a shake up down to the fingers. And then turn your fingers away behind you and come back to lean onto the arms. Okay, bring your feet comfortably up onto the outside of the mat in front of you. Connecting with the toes, draw the toes towards you. And then just play into the ankles, moving in all directions, in any direction, independently or together. The freedom is yours, use it how you wish. You're coming to stop with the toes drawn up. Have a look at the toes. Look to separate the little toe away from the big toe, so creating space between each toe. And then look to try and move just the big toe while you keep the other 4 toes perfectly still. Good work. I can see the concentration. That's great. Yeah, bringing the feet together in the center of the mat, pushing the hips away from the floor. Ride the knees forward till they're above the ankles. Keep the chin tucked into the chest. Lift the hips to the height of the knees. Hold it there. Gently push the knees forward. Feel that stretch come into the upper arm, into the shoulder. And then push your weight backwards, feeling the stretch come into the wrist, into the lower forearm. Come back to neutral position. If you're comfortable letting the head drop back, release your head, look to take the hips a little higher. Then take the weight into your right leg, lift the left foot high, push through the heel, pushing the sole of the foot to the sky. Then turn that knee out to the side, bring your foot down onto the right knee and soften. Sit your way back down to the floor. Walk the body forward towards your left shin and draw the right foot back towards you. Lifting into the chest, staying active in your foot. As much as you're reaching the chest towards the shin's drawing towards the chest. Okay, soften a little, allow your foot to turn down to the floor, followed by your knee. Then work into a twist to the right hand side, bringing your hands down to the mat, walking the hands away and coming down onto your elbows. Check in with the left foot, put the whole foot of the floor onto the floor and gently hug the knee towards the shoulder. Then turn your head to look around your right shoulder, working a little deeper into the twist. Walking back on your hands, coming up to upright, keep the legs where they are, and now start your twist to the left. So we're bringing the left knee into the right armpit, hugging around that knee with the right hand, and the left hand going behind, working into the twist. If this feels like enough for you, you're welcome to stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, look to feed your hand through, underneath your knee, reach behind with the left hand, find the bind. Deep in breath as you lift yourself tall. And on the exhale, allow that twist. Take the gaze behind you. Releasing slowly from your bind and bringing the legs around to the front, your feet back onto the mat. This time, fingers pointing forward if you can, if your wrists will allow. If not, simply turn them out to the side where it's comfortable for you. And then again, push the knees forward, lift the hips, keep the chin tucked in. Gently push the knees forward, feeling that stretch now in the lower Achilles and calf. Again, into the wrists and the shoulders. And coming back, letting the head drop back, taking the hips up a little higher. And then weight into the left foot, lift the right foot high, push the heel towards the ceiling. Let your knee fold out to the side, bring your foot down onto your knee, and then bring the hips back to the floor. Bring that front foot in a little bit closer. Walk the upper body towards your shin. Active in your foot. If you're feeling close enough, you can lean forward and just give the temple a little scratch with the big toe. It's all okay, there's nobody watching. Good, lifting. Reach the chest forward again. And then soften your foot down to the floor. Take the knee down to the mat. Turn to the right. Bring both hands down onto the mat. Walk your hands away. Slowly bringing yourself down onto your elbows. Checking that the right foot is fully planted onto the floor. Your knees hugged in towards you. And then turn your gaze around your left shoulder. Taking you a little deeper into the twist. Nice, walking up on your hands. Keep the legs where they are. Start that twist to the right hand side now. So bringing the body away from your thigh, work into the twist, then come up to upright, kneecap reaching into the armpit. Right hand behind, gazes over the right shoulder. And again, if you're comfortable with the pose and have the movement, feed your hand through underneath your knee. Reach behind for the bind. Take a deep full in-breath. And on the exhale, relax into the pose, allowing the bind to pull you deeper into the twist. Good. Releasing from your bind. Come back to face the front. Okay, just to face the front of your mat and then slide that top leg across. So you're coming into fire log pose, keeping your foot above your knee and adjusting the bottom foot so it's below the knee. Lift yourself tall. Take a moment here just to settle. Feel where the stretch is. Breathe into it. This might be enough for you to stay here. If you do have the space, then look to take the hands forward. Walk your hands away from you slowly, allowing the chest to drop towards the shins. Keep the head up. Try and keep the back as flat as possible for as long as possible. And slowly release. Okay, where you reach a point that you think that is enough, take a moment there. Just check that the neck and shoulders are relaxed. There's no need for any tension to be in that area. Breathe into the muscles where you're feeling the stretch. Imagine them swelling with that in-breath. With the exhale, give them length, allow them to release and try and soften a little more, a little deeper. Relax right into it now. You're walking back on your hands, nice and slow. Lift the body, lean back onto the hands, slowly release the legs, take the legs out in front, and just give them a good rattle from the hips all the way down to the toes to release. Okay, slight bend in the knees. This time we're taking the left foot underneath the right knee and taking the right foot to the top of the left knee. Is that right? No, don't think so. Other way around. So just make sure you're working on the other side this time. Right, lifting the chest tall. Just sit upright for a moment. Feel where the stretch is coming. And then slowly start to release forward. Keeping the chin up, keeping the chest open. Look to bring the chest past your shin first. If there is space, take the hands forward. Remember, you're working with your body, work with where it is. And when you reach that point where you think that's enough, stop there for a moment. Again, check that the shoulders are soft, check that the neck is soft. Breathe into the muscles that are getting the stretch. And on the exhale, allow a little more of a release. And if you feel you're all the way there, allow yourself to settle into it completely, dropping the tip of the nose and the forehead to the mat if you can. One last exhale, drop right into it. And then slowly walk those hands back. Lean back onto your hands. Again, a slight softening of the knees this time, and just look for a movement, the letting go into the hips. Yeah, bringing the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana, taking the bind around the little toe. Walk yourself forward or hop the feet closer back to you. Breathe high to the front of the body, bring the chest through between the arms. And then activate the outer thighs, pulling the knees down towards the mat. Yeah, hoping you guys are still out there. There's no feedback on the side. It's a little bit strange, but I'm trusting that you're there. Good. Lift yourself tall. Let the elbows open onto the calf muscles and let the weight of the upper body lean forward and assist that movement of the knees towards the floor. Keep reaching forward with the chest. Good. If you have the space, you can take the elbows to the front of the shins and try and release the elbows down to the mat. Inhaling, coming up to center, leaning back into it, lift the feet away from the floor, secure your bind again around the outside of the foot. Drawing the feet back towards your heart, keep reaching the chest towards the feet, keep drawing the feet towards your chest, let the knees open to the side. And then push your feet away into your hands, rounding the shoulders, and push the feet away so that effort helps to take the stretch into the shoulders. Lifting the feet a little bit higher, this time as we draw them back, we're looking to take the big toes onto the forehead, onto the third eye, reaching forward as best you can, holding the balance. Soften back. Bring the knees together, release your hands, line the knees up with the elbows, and lift the ankles to line up with your hands. And slowly push the feet away, bringing the knees to line up with the hands. Hold it there, check in with your chest, lift the heart, flatten the back, and lift the legs to straight. Reach forward, touching hands to ankles. Get legs still straight, hands back to knees, bend your knees. Bring the knees back to the elbows. And final effort, try and touch the knees to the shoulders. And then look for that bind around your feet. Draw the feet back, pull the knees back against the body. Feel that full contact of the thigh against the body. Good, and then release slowly. Take your feet down to the floor. Pull them right in, close. Open the knees. Take the elbows to the front of the knees. And then lift high into the chest again. Follow the breath. With your next exhale, reach yourself forward, walking through between the legs if you can. Elbows well out to the side, drawing the elbows back. You can take a bind down to your ankles. Work on pulling the elbows back. That will pull the body through between the legs. You're then looking to lift from this position onto your toes. So you want the body well forward. Then throw the arms forward and bring yourself up onto your feet. Try that. See how you go. If you need a little bit of assistance or push from behind, it's quite okay. Okay, when you're up, bring the hands back to heart center. Twisting slowly to the left. Turn to the left as you hold the balance. Take a glance down and try and line your arms up with the long length of your mat. And then let the left hand slowly push the right hand back around to center. Pause for a moment at center. Reach the arms forward, sit back, bring the knees to your chest. Lift the hands so you can see underneath them. Good, nice work. Hands back to chest. Left hand pushes the right hand around, work into the twist. Look to align the arms with the long side of your mat again. Hold it there. And then release and come back to center. Bring the elbows together, open the knees, reach through between your knees. Take your hands down onto the floor. So we're preparing to come into crow. Fingers are pointing straight out the top of the mat, a nice wide spread of the fingers. Knees up above the elbows, and then slowly ease the weight forward. Don't jump into the balance, just slowly bring the weight forward. If you're comfortable to go to balance, and keep taking the weight forward until the feet come away from the mat. And hold the pose for a moment. Good. Releasing back, toes to the mat. Step the feet back, come down onto hands and knees. Good work. Push yourself back to sit down into extended child's pose, dropping all the body weight onto your thighs, taking your head down towards the mat, tip of the nose, forehead onto the floor, and crawl the fingers away from you to draw that stretch into the side of the body. Take a deep in-breath, and as you release the breath, relax the body to the floor, relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Take a moment there. Draw yourself forward again, come up onto hands and knees. Reaching the left arm away, reach the right leg away behind. Find the balance. A wide spread of the fingers again will help. Pressure from the little finger and the thumb will assist with the balance. Good. Reach the hand as far away from the foot as you can and push your foot as far away from your hand as you can. You then reach that hand over behind you. Reach to bind to your foot. Open the chest, turn your gaze up to the roof, look to lift the foot behind and work into the twist. Good. Release the leg out behind, the hand to the front again. Holding that balance, open the arm to the side and open your leg to the other side. Hold the balance again. Breathe into it. Good. Reach to the front and the back again. And then release. Hand and knee to the mat. Working to the other side. Right hand reaching forward, left hand extending away. Find that distance between hand and foot. Then reaching behind your back, bend the knee, bind to your foot. Lift the foot high, gently pull the foot into your hand and take your gaze up to the roof. Good. Release leg out behind, reach forward, then open to the side again, resisting the twist, holding the balance. Reach to the front and the back, and then release, knee and hand to the mat. Big toes together, knees open to the side of the mat. Push your way back to the right-legged, extended child's pose. And exhale your way down again. Allowing the body to drop through between the thighs. Taking the forehead to the mat. Taking a deep in-breath. And on the exhale, melting the body to the floor. And just connect with the breath. Feel the body breathing. Hear the sound of the breath in the body. Lift yourself forward again, up onto hands and knees. Okay, coming to a deeper balance, moving to the left-hand side of your mat. Line the little finger with the edge of the mat, your knee with the edge of the mat, and your foot with the edge of the mat, and then take the weight over to the left, extending that right leg behind, and then slowly lifting the right arm, and looking to hold the balance on the left-hand side. Yeah, nice work. Release hand and knee down. Moving over to the right-hand side of the mat. Little finger touches the edge, knee on the edge, foot on the edge. Take the weight over. Lift your leg behind. Lift the left arm forward and hold. Okay, keep your leg up. Bring your hand down. Bring that foot around to the side and place it down onto the floor. And then walk your way back up to come up to upright. Good work. Hope you're all doing okay. Okay, left hand to the outside of the left knee, right hand reaching up high. Look for that length on the right hand side of the body, and then slowly fold, letting your hand slide down your leg, bringing that top hand overhead, tucking the chin into the chest and looking up to the roof. But all the movement is sideways into the body. Inhale back up to center, release down to the right hand side. Left hand, palm up to the sky, reach overhead to find that straight line down the side of your body again. Then look for a bit of balance, lift that leg. If you want to try more balance, lift the top hand to the roof, take your gaze down to the floor and look to lift that bottom hand away from the mat. Nice work. Hand to the floor, foot down to the mat, come back to upright, bring your knee back into the center. Okay, coming into camel here, lifting up onto your toes if you need to, reaching back with the hands to the heels. If you're comfortable to let yourself come down, reach the hands back to the flat foot, let the head drop back, open into the chest, activate the legs and pull the hips forward. You'll feel that deepening the stretch. All right, chin to chest, come on back up to upright. Take the right leg out to the side, toes pointing forward, and come up to upright. Your right hand to the outside of your knee, left hand reaching high. Fold down to the right, letting your hand slide past your knee, top hand drops overhead, chin into the chest, look up to the roof. Back on up to straight and exhale down. Fingertips to the mat. Lifting the head so you look down the length of your arm again. Right hand reaching over, looking for that straight line. Little toe pushing to the floor, fingertips reaching away from it. Then starting the balance, lift the leg away from the mat. And if you want to go further, lift the top hand to the sky, look down to the bottom hand, lift the weight away from the floor, and try and take those fingers away from the mat. Yet release back to the floor, bring your knee back in, tuck the toes together, the knees together, bring yourself down to full child's pose, reaching the hands back, taking a little pinch of the little toes, and folding down onto your mat. Deep in breath, and as you exhale, giving all your weight to the earth, relaxing the shoulders to the floor, relaxing the arms to the floor, feeling that full opening of your ankles, the full closure of the knees, the full closure of the hips. Hear the breath and feel the movement of that breathing in the body. You take the hands forward onto the mat, tuck the toes under, push up into a downward facing dog, releasing the heels to the floor, looking for that opening and the length on the back of the legs. And then slowly walking the feet forward to the middle of the mat. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. On an inhale, take a little lift, flatten into the back. And on an exhale, take a bind behind your ankles and allow the crown of the head to drop towards the floor. Gently lifting the feet from the mat with the hands and drawing yourself deeper, deeper into the forward fold. Finding your belly button, lift the belly button, and then continue that movement from there, slowly rounding your way up, coming up to stand tall. Taking the hands to the side, inhale, turn the palms open. As you exhale, reach the hands to the sky. Push the hand a little higher than the right, and push the right hand a little higher than the left. Push both hands up so high that you lift up onto your toes, taking yourself up as high as you can. Hold in the balance. Take a deep in breath, and on the exhale, release to the floor. Okay, coming into dancer pose, bringing hands to heart center, looking to lift into the pose without using the hands to assist the foot into the inner thigh. Take the weight into your right foot, lift the left leg forward. Find your balance, open your knee to the side, take your knee as high as you can, point the toes as hard as you can, and bring your toes in above your knee and then slide the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Release the hands. Allow the palms to separate, opening to the side, slowly lifting, bringing the hands to touch at the top, pushing the hands up tall, holding that height in the body, and then allowing the hands to settle to the crown of the head, exaggerating the opening of the elbows, the opening of your knee. Good. Push tall again, reaching high. Let the palms separate, allow them to float down, to meet at the bottom. Hands back to heart center. Release the heel from the inner thigh, then release the toes, lift to the side, bring your foot round to the front. You connect with that foot, we want to place it onto the floor and transfer the weight straight over. One movement, lifting the right knee. Open the knee to the side, lift high, point the toes as hard as you can, bring the toes in above the knee, slide the foot in, release the hands. Opening slowly. Good. Palms touch at the top, push the hands high, hold that height in the body, engage the core. Let the hands settle to the crown of the head. Open the elbows, open the knee. Good. Holding the balance. Push the hands toward again. Let the palms separate. Float them on down. Close the pose back at the heart center. Release the heel. Release the toes. Foot to the front. And release your foot to the mat. Good work. Hands to the side. Inhale, turn the palms open. Exhale, reach tall. Again, push up to the fingertips that you lift onto your toes. Good. Look at something that's steady. Hold that vision of what you're looking at in your mind's eye. Close your eyes and try and hold the balance. And eyes open again, push up tall. Take a deep in-breath, and as we exhale, keep the heels away from the floor. Slowly drop forward, folding into a forward fold, fingertips reaching to the mat. Keep the heels high from the floor. And then soften, heels down to the mat. Bring the fingertips to the floor, lift the toes from the mat, and then play with this balance. Lift the fingers from the floor if you can, holding the balance on the heels. All right, good work. Bring your hands to the floor, soften into the knees, come down to sit, and then down to lie into Shavasana. Taking the feet to the outer edges of the mat, opening the arms to the side, connecting with the breath, allowing the body to breathe. Follow the next in-breath, right up to the top, pause at the top. As you let this breath go, allow all body tension to go with it. Let the little toes fall open to the floor. Feel the softening of the knees as you let go of the feet. Relax the hips to the mat. Soften into the shoulders and feel that release run down the arms all the way to your hands. Follow the next in-breath again, right to the top. Pause. And as you let this breath go, allow all facial tension to leave with it. Relax in the forehead, feeling that release run from the center out to the temples. Take the effort out of holding your eyes closed. Let go of the muscles on the sides of the nose and feel that release run down your cheeks into your jaw. And find your tongue soft and heavy in the bottom of the mouth. Bring the awareness to the breathing now. And soften the breath so that you can't hear yourself breathing. Soften the breath some more so you can hardly feel any movement in the body. Hold your awareness on your breath and allow yourself to relax completely. your awareness, leave your breath. Take movement to your fingers, movement to your toes. Bring your feet together, bring your hands together. Hook the thumbs around each other, release your hands overhead onto the floor, stretching them as far away from your feet as you can, and pushing your feet as far away from your hands as you can. Breathe deeply. Keep your right hand up there, bring your left hand to your chest, draw your knees up and roll to the right hand side. Pause here for a moment. Offer thanks to yourself for taking this time to look after your body. Offer gratitude to your body for its abilities. Take a moment to set the intention to have a love-filled, enjoyable day. Lifting slowly, bring yourself up to sit. Eyes closed, hands at heart center. And we'll close with a chant of one Om. Deep inhale. Lower your chin to your chest. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste.